Why are retirees choosing South Carolina over Florida? The answer is showing up right here in Fort Mill. Hey, this is Mike Morrell with Dream Team United, and this is your Fort Mill Minute. We've had 110 closings in the last 30 days, with a median sales price of $572,500 and an average sales price of $630,000. Now, the luxury market is hot in Fort Mill, and that's what's pulling up that average. Most homes are selling in the mid-500s. Our median days on market is currently at 16, with an average days on market of 45. That's kind of what we talked about last week, with some homes just starting out overpriced and finally coming in and realizing that they need to meet the market. In addition, we've had 73 price reductions this week. That's up from 55 last week. They're catching on. Some of the neighborhood standouts have been Sun City, Carolina Lakes, leading all other neighborhoods with more transactions. Coming in at number 2 is Carolina Orchards, another 55 plus neighborhood in Fort Mill. And then number 3 is Baxter Village, which has been strong for 30 years. It's just a great neighborhood, offers a lot, and they're experienced agents in there like us that are pricing homes right to begin with and ultimately selling for more. Let's look at the top 2 a little bit closer. Sun City, Carolina Lakes and Carolina Orchards are both 55 plus neighborhoods that are leading all other neighborhoods in the area with demand, with transactions, and there's a reason for that. We're seeing a demographic wave landing right here in the Fort Mill corridor of Charlotte. And once we look at the numbers, you'll understand why. Here's the stat that tells the whole story. We've known for decades that retirees move to Florida. But what's changed is that Florida also has the most retirees moving out. In 2025, South Carolina led the nation in net retiree migration. More retirees are choosing to put down roots in South Carolina than any other state, more than Florida, more than Texas. And that's a migration pattern that's showing up right here in Fort Mill. People ask us all the time, why consider South Carolina over Florida? And here's what we tell them. Sure, Florida does not have a state income tax. Everyone knows that. But when you look at the benefits of South Carolina for retirees, it nets out to about 0. Number 1, South Carolina never has a Social Security income tax. Number 2, there's a retirement income deduction for $15,000 per person or $30,000 per couple. The numbers just don't work out to be that different. Most retirees end up paying near 0 South Carolina income tax anyway. Then you look at property taxes. On an average $400,000 home in Florida, on average, you're paying about $3,600 a year. In South Carolina, that's more like $1,200 a year. That's a significant difference. Now let's look at homeowners insurance. In Florida, you're talking about between $4,000 and $8,000 a year because they're still dealing with the insurance crisis because of all the hurricanes. In South Carolina, that's more like $1,500 to $2,500. This is a $5,000 savings. And we still get 4 seasons. We don't get snow. We don't get hurricanes. And nothing would be finer than to be in Carolina, right? So what makes this specific corridor, Fort Mill, Indian Land, Tega Cay, and Lake Wylie, different from the rest of South Carolina is the Charlotte connection. You're only 20 minutes from the Charlotte Douglas Airport, which is the hub for American Airlines, so you can get direct flights anywhere. You're close to top-tier hospitals. You get the South Carolina tax benefits and the lifestyle, but you're still connected to everything that makes this area great. And in Charlotte, we have all the sports, all the culture. So it's not like you're stuck out in the middle of some South Carolina county somewhere. We're right next to the city, but have all the benefits of South Carolina living. At Dream Team United, we've helped hundreds of families make this move. The ones coming from New Jersey, from New York, from Pennsylvania, from Ohio, because when they run the numbers, it just makes sense. You get more house, you get lower taxes, you get a better quality of life in this corridor than any place in Florida. And unlike Florida, our market is still moving. Our prices are still increasing. People are still moving here. It's still a hot place to be. Dream Team United operates all across the Carolinas, and we dig into the numbers just like this every week so that buyers or sellers that work with us don't have to guess. We live here, we work here, we play here, and we want to help you do the same. I'm Mike Morrell with Dream Team United, and I'll see you in Fort Mill.